internal is what helps us deal with the external. You and I, when faced with challenging circumstances around us, things not going our way, someone saying something that distracts us or dislodges our sense of stability, stirs our propensity for insecurity, when circumstances around us are difficult, it's the internal that empowers us to deal with the external circumstances around us. Viktor Frankl is a Jewish psychologist that during World War II was put into a concentration camp and nearly died. After the war, he wrote a little book called Man's Search for Meaning. Wonderful, wonderful little book. One of the nuggets in that book is a little statement that he says, between stimulus and external stimulus, between stimulus and response, how we react to that stimulus, between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space is man's ability to choose his response. In our response lies our opportunity for freedom or bondage. When you and I learn to kind of slow down our reactivity, our response to circumstances, we have to learn to have a higher degree of awareness about our convictions, our beliefs. Because if the external circumstances are defining me or disturbing me, yes, it may be difficult out here, but my choice lies in here. What I tell myself about who I am in the midst of these circumstances will determine my response. If I tell myself that I'm a victim and I'm being taken advantage of and that they shouldn't do this and I'm going to get them back, if my response internally is one out of fear or anxiety or out of defensiveness, I'm going to probably react poorly. But if between stimulus and response, I can take stock in who I really am, who I really want to be, then my response can become something like Joseph's response to Mrs. Potiphar. She comes and says, "Would you sleep with me?" And I would surmise that Mrs. Potiphar, being married to the captain of the guard, one of the most powerful, rich, wealthy, influential people in all of Egypt, was probably an attractive woman. Joseph, we know, was well-built and handsome. The text tells us that. Turned Mrs. Potiphar's head. And Joseph illustrates the ability to respond in that circumstance with integrity, with values, with morals. Between stimulus and response, Joseph made a choice on how he would respond. When you and I can evaluate our external decisions based on our desired internal character, it helps us. It empowers us. And if nothing else, if we say, my internal is tempted, I'm vulnerable in here, then at the very least we can say, Lord, help me in my weakness. God, empower me with your strength because right now mine is weak. God, show me that door, that exit to temptation, that I might honor you in the midst of this external temptation. Lord Jesus, empower us, Lord, to recognize between stimulus and response there is a space. Help us to take that space and seek you. Declare our dependence, our reliance on you, to enable us to make a choice that honors both you and your presence in us. We love you, Lord. Empower us today to be responsible, able to respond to the circumstances around us. in such a way that we bring honor to you and to us as your children. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless.